This is a coordinate plane. It's also called a coordinate system. And a coordinate system is made when two number lines intersect at a right angle or 90 degrees. So our first number line is right here, and it's the horizontal number line, where 0 is right in the middle, and then we have 1, 2, 3, so on. And then going to the left, of course, would be your negatives, -1, -2, -3. And they are right on the lines. That's where we count them. And the horizontal one is called the x-axis. It intersects with a vertical number line. And our vertical number line also crosses at 0, and then going positive would be +1, +2, +3. Going down would be our negatives, -1, -2, -3, and so on. And the vertical number line is called the y-axis. One way to remember this is like the vertical tail of the y. Notice that these two number lines intersected right at 0 for each of the number lines, and this is called the origin. And the location of the origin is at 0 for the x, comma, 0 for the y. And it's important we write it in the form of x then y with parentheses. So far, we've looked at the x-axis and the y-axis and the origin. We also can look at this and see that there's 4 sections, 4 quadrants. The word is quadrants. This is the first quadrant, and I can label it with the Roman numeral for 1. And then it goes counterclockwise. Over here then would be quadrant number 2, and I'm again writing them with Roman numerals. Continuing, we have quadrant 3. And then last is quadrant 4. Here's our Roman numeral for 5, and then it's 1 less than that. This is the Roman numeral for 4. So our quadrants are 1, 2, 3, 4 going counterclockwise. Those are called quadrants. It even starts like the word quarter. There's 4 quarters in a dollar. There are 4 quadrants on this coordinate system. Quadrant. We can name the ordered pair for this point A on the graph. And we will always write our ordered pair in this form, x, comma, y, both sitting inside the parentheses like that. So the first thing we do to find that ordered pair is we start at the origin. So we put my pencil right at the 0, 0. And then I'm going to count over to the right, going towards where the A is at. And I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know the x coordinate is a +5. Then I put it in parentheses. I have a comma. And you can think of this like a bug crawling on those wires or hopping over. And we're counting the spaces. That's important. The spaces between the lines. So at this point, I'm going to stop, turn, and I go up. Up is a positive, and I'm counting the spaces. 1 space, 2 space. So it's a +2. So the ordered pair for point A is 5, 2, and the quadrant that it is in is quadrant 1. An important point here is that you always have to travel either right or left from the origin. That's our x-axis. And that makes sense because it's alphabetical. We're going to go on the x direction first, whether it's right or left, and then second you go on the y direction next, whether it's up or down. Pause the video and find the ordered pair for B. You would have started at the origin, 0, 0, and counted to the right, and right is a positive, and we went over 2 places, stopped, turned, and went up, 1, 2, 3, 4. and up is a positive. So the location or ordered pair for B is 2, 4, and the quadrant is quadrant 1. To find the ordered pair for C, we start at the origin and we count to the left this time 3 spaces over. So its left is a negative 3, comma, and then we turn and go up. Up is a positive 1. And the ordered pair for C is at negative 3, 1, and it is in quadrant 2. Pause the video and on your handout find the ordered pairs for D and E. For D, we go left from the origin 2 places, so a negative 2, and down 1, 2, 3, 4 places, so a negative 4. Remember to use your parentheses and a comma and name the quadrant. It is in quadrant 3. For E, you're going to start at the origin, and this time on the x-axis first. You would go over 1, 2, 3 to the right, which is a positive 3, and 1, 2 down, which is a negative 2. This one is in the 4th quadrant. When we're given the ordered pair, we can graph the points. I'm going to graph A at negative 4, positive 2. So I start at the origin, and I'm going to go negative. Negative is left, 1, 2, 3, 4. This spot would be negative 4 on our number line. Then we go to positive 2, 1, 2. That's up 2 on our number line. I'm going to put a nice obvious dot there, graphing it, and label it A. Pause the video and you find the location for B. Graph B. Okay, you would have placed B at negative 5, so counting over 5 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then negative 4, negatives down, 1, 2, 3, 4. And label it B. You might want to go back then and erase these little hops over so your graphing looks nice. I'm just showing the little lines, the little hops over, so it's easier to understand as you're learning it. But I don't know if you really want that on your graph. We would say that point A is in quadrant 2 and point B is in quadrant 3. For C, we're going to go right or left on the x-axis, 0 places, so it doesn't move. And then it goes positive 3, 1, 2, 3, and graph it, label it C. Now what quadrant is this in? Well, it's on the line in between the 2 quadrants, so we can't say it's in a quadrant. It's actually, we would say, on the y-axis, and write that down. Okay, pause the video and finish graphing and labeling and finding the quadrant or axis for D through G. Okay, D is at positive 2, 0, so I go to the right 2, and then it does not go up or down on the y-axis, so it is right there, and we can't say it's in a quadrant, we would say it's on the x-axis. Don't forget to label it. Okay, E was a positive 3, so we went over 1, 2, 3 to the right, and negative is down 1, 2. And label it E, and it's in quadrant 4. Okay, how about F? F is a little tricky. We're at negative 3.5. So we're going to go left for negative. I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, but then it just says half, 0.5, 5/10. Halfway, that is, towards the next one of 4, negative 4. So I just go over halfway. And then from there, I'm going to go straight up 4 places, 2, 3, 4. And that's where the point is for F. Okay, G, you would have went to negative half, and then up 3. 1, 2, 3. And there's letter G. Both of those are in quadrant 2. When making a picture, I want to point out that you're going to label each one with the number that it is. So I'm just having a 1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and here's my 0.4. I graph 0.4, and it's back over here on top of that one. And we're going to connect these because we're making a picture. So I'm going to go in order from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to 4. Then we have important, this is important right here, end of sequence. That means when I go to make the point for F, which is at, or not F, but number 5, which is at 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, positive 1, so it would be right here, and label it 5. I am not going to connect point 4 to point 5 because of those words, end of sequence. To finish this one, I'm connecting 5 to 6 and 6 to 7, and I can connect them as I put them on the paper, and then it says end of sequence, so we're finished.